Okay, I'd like to talk a little bit about the difference between hand lettering and handwriting. I've heard so many times, and one of the things that I believed when I first approached calligraphy was people saying, I don't have neat handwriting, there is no way I can do hand lettering or calligraphy. The fact is that is just not true. If you can see here, these are examples of my handwriting. I do not have especially neat handwriting. This is my, I want to be able to read this later, and I'm jotting notes down handwriting when I'm just trying to write something fairly quick, but still trying to be neat. This is if I'm trying to very neatly sign my name. This is my normal signatures, very quickly dashed off. This is me being very, very slow and careful. And even there, you can see the letters a little shaky. And this is my calligraphy. Now, I worked a long time to get to this point. I've been hand lettering for about a year, but I've been doing dip pen for a bit less than that. I started out with brush pens and really just fell in love with dip pens once I learned to quit being afraid of them. One of the main differences between hand lettering and handwriting is that with handwriting, you're going to write the whole thing without lifting your pen other than between words. Hand lettering or calligraphy is not that way at all. You're going to lift your pen between every letter almost, and oftentimes in the middle of letters. For example, here, I'm going to rewrite my name down here. We're going to start with the T, of course, and I'm going to do it a little bit different than I did above. But I do the first half there, lift my pen and go back for a little more ink, and do the top. Now we're going to do the R. You're always going to end on the upstroke there in most cases. And then I'm going to go into the A. And you want to do your best to connect, of course, to your previous upstroke. See, I'm lifting in the middle there. I'm going to finish my upstroke there. Now the C, I'm going to go ahead and lead into the Y. You can go ahead and do the first part of that. If it flows naturally, it's fine to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to stop before I finish the Y. Come back around there. Now the C, that's a great letter, and you can generally do that in one stroke no matter how you're doing it. Let's do this one a little differently here. And the R, now this R is one of my favorites. This is different than the one I did above. This is from the Janet Style Calligraphy by the Postman's Knock. It is a fabulous alphabet, very fancy. And I purchased that from her and have really loved incorporating that into a lot of my lettering. With the O, I'm going to complete the O, but I'm going to do the connecting line on a different stroke. Do the A. Now you'll notice that I am going very slow here. One thing that really confused me when I started hand lettering, I saw these videos of people doing their hand lettering, and oh, they were so fast and so smooth, and I thought, man, I will never get that fast and that smooth. But I realized after videoing myself that these people were not videoing these, were not posting these in real time. Most of these were done with a application called Hyperlapse. And so I filmed myself doing hyperlapse one day, or using hyperlapse one day, and I thought, man, I look so professional. And when you're going that fast, all of these imperfections, they just kind of go away. And it looks like you really know what you're doing. So don't beat yourself up when you start and you have to go really slow. You will probably always have to go really slow. That is a sign of professionalism, not a sign of not knowing what you're doing. But those are some of the differences between hand lettering and handwriting. Again, don't be discouraged. If you don't have great handwriting, you can still have beautiful calligraphy.